It's a frosty morning here in New Zealand. It gets really cold at night, so you get this layer of frost on everything. I think it's called the hoarfrost, oddly enough. Yeah, pretty fantastic. I know what you're all thinking. Can you slide? And I don't know. Let's try. You can't really. Nope. Doesn't work. I think I woke up maybe a few hours late, but I'll try tomorrow morning to wake up a bit earlier to film some of the frost that forms. I think this entire field, this park, is covered in frost. So walking on this frost, it really does feel like crunching on snow. You can see as soon as the sun hits any part of the frost, it just melts away, and all the frost in the shadows just hangs around until the sun hits. As soon as the sun hits the ground, you can see it just melts away into droplets. So you get this cool mist that rises up off the creek area. So today we're going to be walking over around the Queen Elizabeth Park. We're going to check out some of the trails there. All right, we're here at the Queen Elizabeth Park. We're going to do a walk and we're going to take a look around. So at the park there's a whole bunch of different trails you can do. There's a beach and there are areas that are good for lunch. Right now we're parked sort of near the entrance. So there's a field over here and it looks like they set it up sometimes for horse competitions. I believe this field was also used in Lord of the Rings. So to film some of the scenes in the battle in the last movie, the end battle. Toward the entrance too, they have bathroom facilities. And right across from that building is also the train where you can pay to ride the train over to the beach area. And there are some, this is like a Marine memorial for World War II. And then over this way you can see they have a recreation of one of the huts that the Marines stayed in. Let's go take a look at the hut real quick. You can see they have cots in there. They have a visitor book if you're into that. So we're gonna do the Yankee Trail. Oh wait, maybe it's the wetland loop. And here's the entrance. So this walk is a good one if you're into bird watching. There's a little bird hide just up here. Let's go check it out. Some information on the wetlands here. Here's the hut, bird hide. So they have information on the types of birds you'll see. Also a lot of spider webs. Whoa. Here's what it looks like out the windows. Beautiful green pond. A lot of geese. These are Canadian geese. There's a fantail right here, showing us his tail. There's a bridge coming up here. You have someone in the water doing bird photography. Wow, so the fantails were kind of skimming the water, picking off bugs off the surface. So we're gonna go down the Tiara o Tipapa trail. Looks like there might be a little wood, ooh, yeah, you can see some bugs in there. This area is pretty nice. Plants are getting ready to bloom. Looks like there's a fault line around here. Pretty interesting. So I've been here a few times. There's this forest area just coming up here that I want to get to. It's a spooky forest vibe. So let's go check that out. All right, here's the somewhat spooky forest. The first part of it isn't too bad, but once you get toward the end, it gets a bit, you get a strange vibe. There's info signs on the type of trees in this area. Some more tree signs here. The further you go in, you start to not hear birds. Here's a poro. Yeah, it's really chilly in this area, so you don't get too much sunlight coming through. So it feels a bit more chilly than it is the surrounding areas. Ah, here we are. We're at the end. That wasn't too bad, actually. All right, so that wasn't as spooky as I remember it. It was actually not that spooky at all. So, yeah, cool little area though. So this walk isn't too bad, just a little hilly, but so there's the entrance area. That's where the restrooms are. You can see where we walked to. You can see we're still doing this one. Get a great view of the hills. That road over there, that's Transmission Gully. It's also nice to have a non-windy, sunny day in winter. So I think this whole area used to be really just marshland. Maori used the wetland forest. So basically they used these wetlands for commuting and also for food. Here's a little marshy area. All right, so we've looped almost all the way back. This is the restroom building near the entrance. The walk we just did, 2.1 kilometers, about 50 minutes. So plenty of parking in this area. This is where you can buy tickets to ride a tram down to the beach. Right now it's closed. It's a very friendly fantail. So we came down to the beach area just to have a look. This is also a great spot for picnics. And this is where the tram stops. You can see open every Saturday and Sunday. So there's a river outlet here and multiple trails that go down to the beach or go along the beach. We have a good view of the South Island today. Looks really clear. So the South Island technically runs slightly parallel to the Kapiti Coast. That's why we can see this tip of it reaching up from the south. So this is the beach area of Queen Elizabeth Park. So down the coast you have Paikakariki, and then if you keep going you'll hit Pukarua Bay. And then up the coast you'll hit Raumati Beach and then Paraparaumu Beach. And I think you can walk all the way from Paraparaumu Beach all the way down here and just keep going. So last week it was really stormy. Looks like it kicked up a lot of driftwood. So I noticed certain areas of Kapiti collect more driftwood than others, so this might just be one of those spots. And of course, Kapiti Island. Like most of the beaches on the Kapiti Coast, the sand is really smooth and nice. You do get a ton of shells on this beach. This is a nice little spot to check out if you're in the area. That's Queen Elizabeth Park. And that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it and thank you for watching. If you like these videos, definitely hit that thumbs up button and think about subscribing. All right, see you next time. Bye.